I should just call these things what in the world today, August, whatever this is. It'll be on the date. So apparently Trump had a plan to at least get the military hardware out of Afghanistan before the United States withdrew. And Biden has now left the Taliban with the equipment that the Americans supplied the government. There it is. It would seem to me like this might be a good idea to go through the issues that Muslim women or any woman is going to face in Afghanistan and that they face in a lot of places in the world. Tarush, it's a rape gang. If you're silly enough to go as a female to go outside in a rough neighborhood, what can happen sometimes is that you'll just be surrounded by men. So there's like a wall of them 40 or 50 thick, and the ones in the middle get to do what they want to do with you. That happened to a Western journalist. I think she had it on video. It's called Tarush. Remember Cologne? Mass sexual assault, and the government there said, look, ladies, you should know better than to go out to a public event in a French city because you get assaulted by young Muslim men. What they did is they let in young Muslim men into Europe, and there's a lot of countries in Europe right now where women don't feel safe. Some people have argued that, well, maybe just women are more sensitive and complaining more often, but nobody believes that's what it is. The statistics are up, and it's not just because women are more sensitive or more likely to report. Nobody really believes that. Okay, so what they've got coming their way is, which they probably had anyway, more genital mutilation. Women won't be allowed out of the house without husband, father, or brother. Of course, they're going to be with the black body bags. Stoning for adultery, I've seen that on video. Beheading for disrespecting Islam for adultery. Chop chop. Your left hand, your right foot, your right hand, your left foot. For theft. And of course this is going to be applied politically. Arranged marriages. We need to remember Rotherham. This seems like a good time to remember this stuff. Rotherham. It's a good one. Honor killings. We had a couple of those in Canada. Okay, so that's it on that. It's a massive fuck up again. Biden's fucked up again. BLM, southern border, now Afghanistan. And it's not going to be that long until people are going to talk about what a pervert he's always been. I've got a bit of a allergy. Okay, so Unifor, the Canadian Union of Journalists, has come right out and said, they don't have to say that, it's just automatic. They'll attack whoever runs against Justin Trudeau. The Journalists Union in Canada, many of whose members get paid by the federal government, are going to attack, especially Aaron O'Toole. They've started already. Why are the immigrants from Muslim countries into Europe mostly male? Well, it's because they abandon their women. I've forgotten this one. Justin Trudeau's father objected to Canadian participation in the Second World War, or at least to conscription. He used to ride around Quebec. I'll give him credit for this. It's pretty wild. In a Prussian helmet. It's during the Second World War. He didn't go to fight there. So we borrowed all this money, and in defense of the liberal notion, they can count on low interest rates because a lot of it's locked in. Quantitative easing, they're just going to print money to pay back the money that they owe, and a growing economy. If that money was spent on actually making Canada a more productive, competitive country, I don't think I would argue with the money being borrowed and spent. On the global warming thing, I happen to believe that it's a real problem. I think that it has going to be nuclear, hydroelectricity, probably dozens of other things, and trying to capture more carbon in the soil. If they grow a bunch of corn, pick the corn, and then work the corn back into the soil, maybe that's too much stuff to work into the soil, I don't know, but that basic method works agriculturally. Maybe it's a little more expensive, I guess, but it captures carbon. So during my life, I've had the end of times, population boom thing, late great planet Earth. We had the Ice Age, nuclear Armageddon, and probably a bunch of others. Christianity's got its in Revelations. They talk about Jesus is going to come back. There's people are so crazy they still think Jesus is coming back. I guess I'm getting back into things that I already called. Maybe I haven't. Maybe there hasn't been much more. Eventually, they'll get around to assessing the damage that's been done to kids with the lockdowns. If you're under 20, they should have been back in school, and if the teachers were that concerned about it, they could have been placed in quarantine in the school. Why not? They could have lived there, been tested really frequently. It's not as though we don't have any treatments. If you catch it early, there's treatments that you won't get sick. Ivermectin is a treatment. The kids don't get sick, so they're not going to be snotting and sneezing all over you and passing it on. But that would ask something of public employees, right? Ask, kind of a sacrifice. We're in a war mode, right? So we're in the war mode here. That they're all still getting paid, taking very good care of themselves. Maybe that's it. Is that it? Daily top up.